molded. I shoulder too much weight, I hold in too much pain.
On the road and hungry for a win against an Eastern Conference rival, the Indiana Pacers are ready to go. We're happy to have you with us for 2K Sports midweek presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Miller. A quick check now to starting fives for both teams. One of the top power players will be watching Luol Deng.
Deng is a versatile small forward, Kevin. Able to do so many things that help you win games. You can score in transition, you can knock down that jump shot off of one or two dribbles, and then a very engaged defender who's got length and really good fundamental technique at that end of the floor.
I agree wholeheartedly there, and he's also a nice complementary scorer. I mean, able to knock down the spot of jumpers, a steady 15 to 18 points per game score. Pretty much his whole career, rock solid and steady.
Take a look at the Bulls. These guys are hot, no doubt about it, continuing to put up win after win.
Well, this team is a lot of fun to watch. Everything seems to be going their way, but they're making their own breaks now. They're taking advantage of situations and opportunities, but they're doing everything right at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, they've been putting on a clinic, Clark, and it has been fun to watch. I mean, with all the calls and bounces that have gone their way as well, it just seems like this is their time.
Well, I tell you what, you consider all the injuries the Bulls had last year, and you look at the 34-18 mark against the Eastern Conference, and it's absolutely remarkable considering what they had to go through personnel-wise.
Rose passes to Boozer.
Good. That's where you like to get shots, inside and close to the hoop.
So it's the Pacers now. It's a three-point game. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Well, they heaved up a lot of ill-advised three-pointers in that loss. Guys, they were way too trigger-happy from downtown.
Yeah, and that's not the area on the court where you want to be forcing shots from. Heck, you are a great three-point shooter, and you know that, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, it comes and goes, but you can't always rely on that when things aren't going your way.
And back to the Bulls in the East. It wasn't just one guy who stepped in the shoes of Rose or the departure. Really, it was a group effort.
You know, you looked at the roster last year, you kind of scratch your head and you go, how is this team going to get to the second round without Derrick Rose? But they did it with a group of role players, with a front line that was tough and nasty and rebounded well, and with great coaching, too.
Now, here is Hill. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Derrick Rose grabs the miss.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
Can't get it to go.
First miss of the game after 4 makes, so it's been a hot start.
Hill with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I was able to speak with Frank Vogel for a minute. He said that their defensive focus, no surprise, will be trying to keep Derrick Rose out of the lane. He added, you know he's come a long way as an outside shooter, but he's a pick-your-poison type of player. We can't let him get into the paint. Makes sense, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris.
That's a bad foul. The shot clock was winding down, and he bails out the offense with a cheap, lazy foul.
Luis Scola, he's checked in for the Pacers. Boozer against West. Just 5 on the clock. Poked away. Tries a three. Took the line by Indiana. Hill dishes to West. Granger outside. The pass to Hill. Back to Granger. The second chance effort.
And you know, you talk about Frank Vogel, guys, and the Pacers. It seemed he won over his roster from the moment he took over. He placed a lot of confidence and trust in his players, and most importantly, brought a breath of positivity and positive energy to that locker room, to that team.
This trip is his second to the free throw line in this one. The Bulls leading by 3. Here is Heinrich. Gives it with the screen on George. Outside Rose. Hit them clean. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. And back to Vogel, who really helped instill the identity of this Pacers team of toughness and defense, and Steve, that willingness to battle.
Yeah, it's a perfect fit with their personnel. The way he motivates this team to defend and play with that edge. I just love this group, the Pacers team, the talent, along with Frank Vogel, just a really nice fit. And with the defense playing that well, the double clutch was the only way he was going to get that ball off.
1:22 left to play here in the first. Back to Scola. He's covered by Dang. And the basket by Scola. Scola's got his second bucket of the night. 1:09 left here in the first quarter.
Well, Indiana's success last season was built around its defensive prowess, and they usually would set the tone at the start of the game. They were one of the best in the league at allowing the fewest first quarter points.
That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together, one setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Watson kicks to Copeland. Feeds it to Stevenson. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. Going back to the Pacers once more, you knew they wanted to emphasize defense each game, and Steve, they would always come out and get right in the offensive player's face to start the game.
And they allowed the fewest first quarter points of any team in the league last year, Kevin. That's a great way to kind of set the tempo, set the tone in a ball game. And the Pacers were able to establish that defense right away.
Jimmy Butler was the last pick of the first round back in 2011 by the Bulls. And last season, I tell you what, he really solidified his place in the rotation guy. He's still developing his outside shot, but he brings an awful lot to light to the table.
Hill, he's checked in for Luis Scola. Watson with it, guarded by Heinrich. Mahinmi kicks to Stevenson. He dishes it to Copeland, and it's blocked by Tank. And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession. There's 18 seconds left in the first.
Like he rushed that one, guys. The defense was out of position. He was wide open, just couldn't take advantage.
Gibson setting the pick for Butler. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Butler's got his third basket of the night.
Dropped that one in as soft as a feather using the finger roll.
They're scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter.
This Friday, December 12th.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Boy, they've come out of that locker room with the hot hand. Those jumpers have been falling for them.
Yeah, their passing has been terrific, too. Clark, we're seeing a lot of assists, really moving. What a flow offensively. I like what I see.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for Chicago right now, Dunleavy is out there with Dang. Then it's Taj Gibson. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Heinrich in at the point. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Gentlemen, Paul George was the number 10 pick back in 2010. He's exceeded expectations and has now become a cornerstone player for the Pacers at both ends. George said, quote, "When I step on the floor, I feel like I'm the best player out there. Whether it's LeBron or Carmelo, defensively I'm good enough to force turnovers and bring him to reality. Offensively, I want that pressure to be the go-to guy." Kevin, a lot of confidence, but he's got the talent to deliver on that ambition.
Unlimited potential, Doris. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he's still rounding out his game. He has all the physical tools you could want, but it's just a matter of continuing to put in the work.
Now here's Heinrich. After the miss from Johnson, Butler goes in. Rose.
I'm open right here.
Goes off the big from Boozer. Off the screen. Good as the jump shot fell. 9 points for Derrick Rose.
Tell you what, it's hard to argue with the record for Coach Tom Thibodeau of the Bulls, but the rumor mill has it that the front office hasn't been happy with how hard he's ridden his top players. Luol Deng missed time last season with the hamstring injury. Joakim Noah came down with plantar fasciitis. Hey, those things happen, and I'm not quite sure you can put that at the feet of Tom Thibodeau. That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically, no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Back to Noah. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And the Bulls lead by 6.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
Danny Granger is checked in for Indiana. Paul George comes in for Orlando Johnson. Now here's Hill. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And it's Hibbert missing. And going back to Tom Thibodeau and that minutes load on his stars, it seems it's getting harder for players to weather big minutes, Steve, these days.
I think it's going to be really interesting going forward to see this Bulls team this year and beyond. Will that wear them down? Their guys play too many minutes. They've got a lot of injuries. I think it's time to scale back a little bit on their minutes play.
Noah, Heinrich, there's the dish to Rose. Noah with the screen on Hill. Rose kicks to Heinrich. That three off the mark. Pacers trail by 6. On the wing, Granger, guarded by Heinrich. Outside, George, back to Granger. Granger, right side. Shot clock at 6. Here's West, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot, he'll shoot 2.
Well, you got to love the season from David West last year, coming off the ACL tear back in 2011. I think he's completely back as far as that injury is concerned. He was so good last year, particularly in the playoffs.
And Indiana making a change here. Scola's checked in. Hill passes to West. And it's Granger penetrating. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And David West, the walk-through leader for the Pacers last season, helped lead them all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. And a player that he's greatly admired.
Oh, my goodness. Love the way he does his work. I call him Real Deal 21. There's nothing fluffy about what he gets done. And he's so smart and so savvy in how he approaches the game. And he's really a lion in the locker room for the Pacers. That's why that team was so tough in many ways, particularly defensively.
Last outing for Chicago, they won that game against Memphis.
It seemed like they hit every big shot they had in that game. Kevin, their offense was clicking, but really clutch in big moments.
That's ideally the way you want it to unfold on the road, Steve. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into the game.
And you got to have perfect timing to knock down that teardrop.
There's 53 seconds left in the second quarter. Oh, tried to dunk it on, but drew the foul, and it'll go to the line.
I'll tell you what I love about him, his ability to finish even while absorbing contact. He is so strong, even with defenders hanging all over him. He continues to finish at the basket.
I'll tell you what else I like is his attacking mindset too, Steve. No matter where he is on the court, when he gets possession, he will turn it up and turn it on and run out. Most of the time, he doesn't stop until he's laid the ball in the hoop.
Mahinmi's checked in for the Pacers. Here is Mahinmi. Looking for his first basket so initial. Gibson with the steal. Here's Rose. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Excellent game we've seen from Derrick Rose. He has 11 points, and he hasn't forgotten to get his teammates involved either.
Well, that's important, Clark. I mean, he's conscious of the fact that moving the ball around gets the defense to move. It forces them to work, and it creates a better offensive flow for his own team.
Now here's Hill. And here's the fast break. Rose leading the way.
Oh, I love it. Hands on the steal, with feet on the fast break.
Guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
19 seconds left here in the second. Now Hill. He kicks it to George. Left side, George. With 1 on the clock, gets it to go. George has got 4 points this quarter. And so we wrap up the first half. It's Chicago. They lead by 7. And we'll be back.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Let's get into the first half breakdown. We're starting to get into the thick of the NBA season. Chicago with the lead against Indiana. They've been having their way inside. A huge lead when it comes to points in the paint, making it very hard to defend against them. For the Cavaliers,
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we return, a lovely view of the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
He went off in the first 2 quarters, guys, as he's capable of doing. We might see some changes here in the defensive approach they use on him in the second half.
Yeah, they've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him like he has been.
Checking out the group of Frank Vogel to start the second half. George and Granger on the perimeter. Down low, West and Hibbert, and it's Hill in at the 1. Just 2 to shoot. Here's West. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. With this break in the action, here's a look at the teams that have blocked the most shots in the NBA this last month. Number 1, the Bulls.
They've been racking up the blocks lately, so, I mean, if they keep this up, they're going to be a very difficult matchup for anybody.
Rose goes in. Kicks it to Dang. Outside Butler. Jacks up a 3. Up again. And finished off by Miller.
Showing us a little force on that pickup shot.
There's no way he's going to let that thing slip away.
No, sir. Now, you got to love his positioning. When the shot went up, he anticipated that play.
George dishes to Granger. Granger left side. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. Granger's got 10. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. This their first chance this season playing the Pacers.
And in last year's season series, things did not go their way.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And both teams really in the upper echelon of the conference. It's an important matchup this year.
Well, Kevin, they're battling for supremacy in the conference. There's going to be some heated battles between these top-tier teams.
And he's good on the second.
You know, it had been a while since the Pacers were able to win their division. Matter of fact, the last time it happened was the season right before the NBA realigned the divisions to their current state back in 2004. But they were able to raise another banner last season.
Granger against Dang. And that one's good. Well, a big part of why the Pacers were able to take the Central, as you were saying, they were so dominant within their division.
Well, they went 13-3 against their division, so not an easy thing to do. Although, if you look at the Central, it was down last year. Derrick Rose's injury, but also rebuilding teams in Milwaukee, Detroit, Cleveland. But the Pacers did what they needed to do.
Granger gets a screen from Hibbert. Granger kicks to George. He passes it to Hibbert. And the rebound goes to Boozer. The Bulls leading by 8. And the bucket counts. He's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
His shoot has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Outside Hill. Back to Hibbert. A leaner. And he can't bank that one in.
Well, it's the edge they've had in that area on the glass that's played a big role in this game.
And they've got some strong guys, Steve. Guys that are strong and well put together, and they've used that strength to their advantage down low.
Hill kicks it to West. Stolen by Noah. Dishes it to Rose. Paul George with the steal. Here's Hill. Got it. Good job on the low post. The Bulls have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Rose passes to Boozer. Rose kicks to Boozer. Back to Rose. The feed to Butler. From outside, off the mark. Dang dishes to Rose. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. They get it there. 1:46 left to play here in the third. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. And let's quickly jump to the 2K leaderboard to find out which point guards have been the highest scorers over the last month. Derrick Rose, number 1.
And you just can't say enough about the value of a player like him. He can attack a defense in so many different ways from the point.
Yeah, you know, you're right. For him to be providing the individual scoring he has, as well as keeping all his teammates so involved in the offense, that's a hard job. And it's an ideal combination for a point guard.
They retain possession. Around the clock. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. That one on Dudley.
How about a look at the Pacers and where they ranked in the NBA last season? First in rebound, fourth in blocks. As far as free throw shooting as a team goes, not a strong suit. Top 20 in the league. A little bit of work to be done there.
But when you think about this club, the first thing that comes to mind is their ability to rebound the ball. Best in the league, so physical. They just pounded the glass, and that's how they tried to win games, just by being more physical than their opponents.
Paul George, he's checked in for Chris Copeland.
You know, when Danny Granger was out with injury last season, he saw that the Pacers team had become really Paul George's and Roy Hibbert's team as they became the new faces. While some were throwing good about it, Granger said he was proud of them and happy to take a lesser role. He just wants to get back out there.
And when Granger is healthy, Steve, he's certainly a great player.
Well, you love his versatility, his ability to play both ends of the floor. A tough defender who can guard multiple positions. Offensively, he can put it on the floor, get to the rim. He's got three-point range, but really an excellent all-around player.
The Pacers making a change here. Hill's checked in. Stevenson with it. Butler covering. Now, here's Stevenson. Defense is right there. Rebound by the Bulls. Hoosier's got his fifth rebound in this one.
An 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
Dang, he's guarded by Hill. Pass to Boozer. Inside Leaner. The Pacers with the rebound. George has got his third rebound tonight. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Outside Hill. George passes to Hill. Granger with the screen for Hill. Back to George. Shoots the three. And they will call over the back on the play.
A little over-eager right there. Left his feet too early.
If you're already boxed out, you got to try to work to get around. Otherwise, it's a surefire foul.
Scola hits them both. Here's Rose. 23 points in the game.
And they can guarantee this is the last possession of the quarter if they hang on to it.
And that's probably what they're going to do here.
The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Rose has got 25 points in the game. And as we end the third quarter,
The NBA.
and the final period of play just about to start. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bulls.
I thought maybe they'd cool off a bit at halftime, but they just continued to shoot well.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
Up front, Boozer and Miller. D-Rose and Jimmy Butler at the back. And it's Dan in at the three. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Hill with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. Hill kicks to George. It's back to Hill. Tries from 10, and he connects with the jumper. The Bulls leading by 10. Here's Rose. He's hauled in by Paul George. George has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Hill dishes to Johnson. And it's blocked. And here we go. The Bulls fetch break. Rose with the ball. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Indiana has their hands full guarding against Butler.
9 points and also a block shot. Boozer had his name floated around at the trade deadline last season, guys. There were a number of teams that were very interested in having his physicality and scoring ability down low.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Scola comes in for David West. And it's Granger in for Orlando Johnson. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Frank Vogel gave to his team during that last great. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get a stop, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
Heinrich passes to Noah. He feeds it to Gibson. Another shot. That's good. And the Bulls lead by 13. And you wonder why Boozer's name would be floated in trade rumors. I mean, one of the top rebounding power forwards in the game can score inside and outside.
Well, I think, Kevin, teams are becoming more and more cap conscious with the new collective bargaining agreement. Boozer is a very highly paid player, so even though he's productive, I think some people are going to look at that contract and maybe shy away from it.
Heinrich kicks to Gibson. Good on the shot.
How about the pass and moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda?
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Derrick Rose is checked in for Kirk Heinrich. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Pass to Hibbert. And out of bounds as the Bulls get possession.
Now, severe lack of awareness on his part. He had no idea he was near the out-of-bounds line.
The Bulls leading by 15. Rose dishes to Noah. And he takes the feed in stride and spins it home.
So nice to have a guy like that who can take charge at any time.
Yeah, so many of his passes, Steve, have led directly to baskets.
Outside, George. Pass to Scola. Shot clock at 5. George against Butler. They get it back. Scola. Soft touch off the place.
You see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket.
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
Shot is good by Gibson.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
Yeah, and until they do, the problems inside are only going to get worse.
Rose against Hill. Now the pass to Granger. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul. David West is checked in for Luis Scola. There's a minute 40 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Feeds it to Granger. 6 on the shot clock. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
Well, you know, he has shot the ball well, but it has not been contagious. His teammates, they haven't had the same groove, and that's why we're looking at this result so far.
Off the inbound pass. Rose passes to Butler. Goes back up. He dishes it to Gibson. He kicks to Noah. West with some nice D. And George, here we go. The dish to West, to the inside. Granger kicks to Hill. Back to Granger. On the wing. That is good.
Looks like they're going to finish strong, but just aren't enough ticks left on the clock.
Well, Steve, it's a good run they're having now, but they just waited too long to have it.
There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Rose. No luck. And Indiana will come the other way. On the wing, Granger. A floater. And yes, sir, that one drops. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. The Bulls have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Rose hits the bucket.
Got to feel pretty good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home floor.
Yeah, and just riding it out here now. I mean, they gave the fans what they wanted.
On the wing, Granger. Granger left side. Again, the miss by Granger. Rose with the ball. And he's knocked off course by the D. gets one. The free throw drops for Rose. The Pacers making a switch here. And he makes both free throws. Feeds it up. No good there. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin.
I should have taken back this moment. These words I spoke, I know it. Now I can see clearly. I folded, I shouldered too much. I should have taken back this moment. These words I spoke, I know it. Now I can see clearly. I folded, I shouldered too much weight. I holding too much pain, and it destroyed me, and then rebuilt me, and now it can feel me. It follows me everywhere I go, but it can never break me. Now I know I was lying to myself back then, but the truth was always bleeding out my pen. I fade back to myself in the end. I'm just one step away, I ascend. I climb that faded staircase of sin. I'm reaching in vain just to hold on to them. Once again, the memories seem to blend. My enemies and friends seem to vanish in the wind. One step closer to your dreams. Does it mean everything in between where you are right now and where you wanna be? Must suffer for the cause like it ought to be. Me against the world in apostrophes. You look around like ain't nothing stopping me. This is my time, my choice. Like the whole damn world gotta hear my voice, cause this is my music, my thoughts, my life. It ain't a song no more, it's a sacrifice. It's an